It's Sunday night here at the Paramount Fine Foods Center Rink 2. The Duffield Devils are playing a neutral site game tonight, and they'll be the home team here against the Toronto Eagles. St. John fires one in. Eagles go back, try and get it out. Leung holds it in briefly. Eagles, under a little bit of pressure, fire the puck the length of the ice. That's going to go for icing. So, we'll have a face-off here deep in the Eagles zone to the left of the goaltender. Both teams getting a change, getting the legs in early. Eagles push it around the boards. Comes back out to Neil Rodrigo. He grabs it. Goes in front, tries a quick backhand. It just rolls wide of the net. Now they try and get it out, and it just comes to the line. Serrani briefly holds it and then throws it in deep. Now the Eagles go D to D. Neil Rodrigo grabs it on the boards, rolls back in, pushes it off. The defenseman from the Eagles grabs the puck, throws it out, and now Cohen creates a turnover. Now the Eagles, they come away with it, try and chip it around the D. And a couple of skates there, trying to get a shot off, and it rolls just wide, and now they get it out. Comes back around, Eagles, D, turns, a little bit of open ice as Duffield trying to get a change, but just a step offside as one of the Eagles players on the left-hand side of the ice. So with 8:20 remaining here in the period, we had a face-off. Refs aren't shy tonight. They're dropping it. They want to get these things underway. Now, a race for the puck here. Sells, tries to push it forward. A great diving play there. Almost hit Scoleri. Just ran out of real estate. The goaltender pushed it out. And now the Eagles come back the other way and throw it deep in behind the zone. Westover and Harris Peru go back for it. Sells picks it up. Comes up the middle of the ice. He's got a little bit of daylight, finds some room, drops it for Scoleri. Scoleri fires one high and just over the net. Harris Peru pinches in from the point. In the corner, rags it around. And now the Eagles, from the right wing side, try and set things up. They elude a couple of Devils. Westover picks it up, chips it off the boards. They play catch back there. And then Westover spins back, throws it over to Harris Peru. Athanassiadis with a quick save there. Off the leg. Now it comes back out the other side. Eagles drive it in deep and try and keep it in. Luca now behind the net. Tries to tie his man up. He spins away from it. Now they push it to the other side. Westover grabs it. Fires it off the boards. And it's chipped past the defense and down the ice it goes. Now they go and spread it back out on the other side up to Troy. A turnover created there. And now Cohen, he comes in. He throws a backhander high and in the back of the net. Cohen with a backhand thing of beauty just over the glove on the short side and tucked it up in under the bar to make it 1-0 Duffield with 6:29 remaining. McDonald pushes it back right on to Athanassiadis. He quickly covers it up, but then he pushes it forward. Now they try and get it out. Eagles push it back in. Leung grabs it. He's got some daylight. Got a delayed offside there. And now Cohen goes back for it. Cohen cuts in behind his net, throws it around to St. John. Up the boards it goes. Now they try and get it out. Pushing it forward there is Cohen. He's got the Eagles D all over him. Now Tenio Rodrigo. Tenio Rodrigo chips it off the boards. Steele and Tenio Rodrigo are in there. Cohen and Goldberg. Goldberg tries to come away with it. Cohen picks it up, reverses it back in. Now the Eagles try and come away with it. Tenio Rodrigo creates the turnover. He's just going to rag it in the corner as Duffield gets a couple of players changed, and then Tenio Rodrigo drives the front of the net and goes off for a change to complete it. St. John holds it in on the line. Now it comes back out. Fresque comes out and throws it up the middle of the ice to Steele. Duffield turns, brings it in, sells, cuts into the middle. A low shot just wide of the net. Now Scoleri. Scoleri from the corner. Hits Shen. Shen walks into the middle of the ice, throws it over to Sells. Sells goes back to Serrani. A low shot by Serrani. Looking for a rebound. Foster was all over it. Foster now in the corner. And we're going to have our first power play of the game here with 4:34 remaining. As Huskin's going to go off. Garrett with the call gives an interference signal. Sells, leans in, wins the drawback, but the speedy forwards of the Eagles try and disrupt the D, and they get it down the ice. Serrani with one man in check. They fire it around to the far side, trying to set things up. Eagles happy to kill some time here. Now they get it set up. They go Sells to Foster on the far side. They hit Scoleri. He's driving down the middle of the ice. And the referee counts that goal as Foster was hauled down, or Scoleri, one of them. I think it was Scoleri hauled down. He went into the net. And he goes into the net. They follow up the rebound. Garrett going to explain the call over there. So the call was on the ice was hooking. That took Scoleri into the net. I believe it was Foster followed up with a goal. We'll have to watch the replay. Sunday night, been a long week, folks. Anyhow, the player that was in the box gets released on good behavior. And the ensuing player that was getting the hooking call, he goes in the box. And now we got a 2-minute power play with 4:06 remaining. Face off at center ice. Luca wins it back to Westover. Westover looks to set things up behind his net. Leaves it there. Luca with a head of steam. Drives wide, coming barreling down the right wing. Luca looks to get around 1-2. And he goes short side to make it 3-0. 21 seconds into the power play with 3:45 remaining. An end-to-end rush by Matthew Luca. And he goes far side, just inside that post. About a foot off the ice. They win the draw once again. Now they try and push it forward. Coming back, Luca now. Hard charging. Goldberg picks it up and fires it around the boards. Gets it out and down past Harris Peru. He retreats for it. Referee says that is icing, so we'll have a face-off deep in the Eagles' end. To the left of the goaltender this time. Eagles push it. Now they try and come back to the far side. Now McDonald looks to set things up. Leaves it for Leung. Leung just misses the skate or the stick of Cohen. That's going to go for icing. And we got 3:01 remaining here in this first period. So we'll do it all over again to the left of Athos. Now the Eagles try and control it, push it out in front and just miss one there. Now Serrani pushes his man back. Now they try and come around and they come back out. A turnover created. Here comes Cohen and he goes and puts it in the back of the net with 2:28, his second of the game. Greer Cohen shot out of a cannon. And he was in alone pretty much from center ice. A bit of a bobble on the blue line. And the Duffield attack created another turnover. And they get it down the ice. Eng now pushes it back. Now Shen, he goes up. That gets picked off by the hard-charging defense of the Eagles. Now they turn and just inside the blue line, they try and set things up. Surrounded there. Now Serrani, he pokes it away the first time. Almost like he has that on a string. Sells knocks his man down. Now they come in. Scoleri. And then leaves it for Sells. Back to Serrani. Serrani with a low shot. That gets blocked in front by the Eagles. And they come away with it. 66 for the Eagles. A hard-charging defenseman there. Great play. Now they try and come back out the other side. In and around. All collapsing. Scoleri breaks that play up. Briefly holds on to it. And then they throw it out and down the ice. Now the Eagles got a little bit of room. They're going to try and set things up. Goldberg gets out to the blue line and throws it up to the winger. It gets down the ice. Icing has been waved off as the players were deemed to have touched it. Now Duffield gets it out. Now they come back in. Lansfield with a hard shot. Just rifles it wide of the net. Oosterhuis now in there. Tries to throw it out to Westover. His stick gets lifted. Now they got to get back if they want to break this one up. And Harris Peru holds his man to the outside. And that is going to be a holding call on Harris Peru as he skated back and tried to break it up. 34.4 seconds remaining. A face-off's going to be to the left of Athos. When he's charging that hard, you do everything you can to slow him down, and Harris Peru did the best he could on that one. We'll call that a good penalty today. Now, Tenio Rodrigo tries to get around 3 or 4 guys. Now the Eagles try and set it up with time running out. Tenio Rodrigo flushes them out, and Cohen's there. He picks it off at the wall, and that doesn't allow them to get very far. Unable to set things up, they get hemmed in their zone. And they run out of time. Now you can see both teams getting their marching orders here for the second period. Coach Jack letting them know what he wants them to do here in the second period. Probably a whole lot of what he saw in the first. Not much different. When you get out to a 4-0 lead this early in a game, generally it comes down to great coaching. At least that's what we like to tell everybody. We know the players have to do, they still have to drop the game plan. And we're going to say it's all coaching. For one brief moment here. Now the Eagles look to set things up. They go D to D. On the far side, up the middle of the ice. And then they look for that winger breaking in, but Leung's back and he picks it up, a backhand by Leung. And Tennille Rodrigo tries to cut it off on the wall. Cohen grabs it and he chips it out and down the ice. Just gets it past Goldberg. Now they go and set it up behind the net. Cohen happy to let him sit there and kill some time. Looks to flush them out. Ooh, a dangerous pass there. Cohen redirected that one back into the corner. Now Tennille Rodrigo throws it back out. Cohen fires that one. And now Tennille Rodrigo throws it back over to St. John. St. John fires it in deep, and that allows them to go for it. And they make a wholesale change. All guys on the ice. Now they bounce it around, try and get it down here. And just in the zone they get it. Now they go to the far side. Shen pushes it off the boards. Now it comes back out. Sereni on a mad rush. Gets around a couple of guys. Spinning. And pushes it around to the other side. Back out it goes. Now they come across. McDonald and Shen play catch. Now they come back up the ice. McDonald up to Sells. Just out of his reach. Back around it goes. Now they get it out and down the ice. The Eagles trying to push it forward. Now the Eagles going to the far side. Look to push it across. Now Sereni. And then back in. A block shot there. And back it goes. And Sereni. He pushes it around. A block shot there by Sereni. Shen tries to get it out. Matheson Yadis grabs it. Now it's back in and Sereni grabs it. This time he fires it out and down the ice. Now they come back in. And a big giveaway there. Sells almost had one. He was point blank in front of the net. Now on the far wall, Harris Peru in a ferocious battle in the Eagle nest, surrounded by a bunch of birds. Now Westover, up to Scoleri, far side, just out of the reach of Foster. A great attempt there. The back checking creates another turnover. This time Foster chips it up. The Eagles create another turnover. Run back down the ice it goes. Harris Peru takes a look, throws it around to the far side. The pinching Eagles defense keep it in. Now they look, the centering pass created another turnover there. Luca chips it up, tries to get it to Sells, and now the Eagles are putting on a ferocious clinic of forechecking here. Now the Duffield Devils try and come back. Scoleri leaves it for Luca. In the corner they battle away for it. And now the Eagles look to come out. They chip it around Leung. St. John's right there to knock it back out of the zone. A delayed offside there. as a couple of players get tangled up, and now they go far side. Lansfield chips it off the boards, tries to leave it for Luca. Icing has been waved off, and now they push it around once again. It's cut off there. Luca tries to chip it back in, but he's got a couple on him. And now they create the turnover. Oosterhuis gets hauled down. Referee says, clean play. St. John keeps it in. And that time they just fire a backhand out of play into the netting with 10:01 remaining here. Face off just outside of the zone. Eagles win it back. Now they try and push it up the middle of the ice. Pushed back up by Leung there. Now they go across the ice. Now McDonald grabs it. He goes low, and that's kicked out and into the corner. Now they come back. Leung grabs it. Leung with a low shot. Now it's back in the corner. McDonald tries to get away from a couple of guys and chip it around to himself. Pushes it back in, now it comes out to Cohen, to Tennille Rodrigo. And now Cohen spins away from his man, throws it back into the far side to McDonald. McDonald now tries to chip it back to St. John. St. John back into McDonald. He finds Tennille Rodrigo. And now the Eagles try and come away with it. And that time they just ice the puck, with 9:03 remaining here in the period. So the face-off will be to the left of the Eagles' goaltender. Both teams make wholesale changes. Now they leave it back. Shen throws it deep into the net. Scoleri skates into it, tries to throw it out to Foster, but the quick thinking Eagles broke that play up. Now they come out in numbers. They try and skate it up, but just out of the reach. Sells pushes his man out of the way, and now Scoleri grabs it. Scoleri, far side for Foster. He skates into it, takes a look, tries to hit it, but it just goes in behind Scoleri. Now they come back out the other side, held up there by Sells and Serrani. They just throw it back out to the D. Now Shen grabs it, chips it up the middle of the ice. Now the Eagles try and come in, but they're surrounded there. Now Foster hits Scoleri up the center of the ice. Scoleri drives wide. A tip play there, once again worked to perfection as Sells was driving hard down the middle lane, and the goaltender wisely covers it up with 8:04 remaining here in the second period. The long change of the second period. The benches here at the Paramount Fine Food Center deep inside the blue line. Gotta keep an eye out on those offsides. Possibly too many men's or broken plays. A little bit of a trip there, maybe. Now Westover goes back for it. Reverses course for Harris Peru. Harris Peru chips it up. A wise play by Oosterhuis as he throws it out to the middle of the ice to Lansfield. Lansfield into Westover, who was screaming down the slot. A defenseman who thought he was a forward for a second. Haven't seen him skate that fast lately. And that makes it 5-0 Duffield. He wears 97. Wheels on him like McDavid on that play. covered up. Ton of ground. He went from West Mississauga to East Mississauga in the blink of an eye. And put it in. Now Westover tries to chip it. Now they come back around. Athison Yaddis with a big save there. Now they try and come back out the other side. Looking for the centering pass. Westover breaks that one down. Now they try and get it out past the D. Held in there. On the far side, Tenio Rodrigo now. And that one gets pushed out, and Westover grabs it. And he just fires it down the ice. That's going to go for icing, and that'll be a change. With 6:38 remaining in the period. Athison Yaddis hasn't been tested much, but when he's been called upon, he's been there tonight, folks. Sells wins it back. Leung tries to chip it off the boards. They seal it off and keep it in. Now they try and move in. The centering pass, that one went off the post and came out the other side. Sells chips it up to Foster, to Scoleri. He tries to get away, but the hard back check of the Eagles break it up. Now they try and get it out, but it's held in the zone there by Leung. Foster, he rolls into it. Tries to leave it for Sells. Now it's back to St. John. Chips it off the boards. Sells cuts it off there, but they get it out of the zone. Now Leung. He cuts back. Loses a couple. Leaves it just bounces over a couple of sticks. Scoleri chips it into himself. Now Scoleri to Sells. Back to St. John. St. John with a howitzer. That gets blocked. Scoleri spinorama. That went off something and bounced out into the corner, and Leung pushed it back. Now Luca's in there. Luca, he throws it back to Leung. Leung walks the line, hands it back to Luca. He cuts into the middle of the ice. Fires one just over the net. Sells now in the corner. Just pushes it back, and that allows them to make a quick change. Now the Eagles try and break it out the other side. And they just can't seem to get it out of the zone. St. John looks like he might have taken a stick in the shoulder or something. And even 5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Face-off's going to be to the right of the goalie this time. Luca in the face-off circle. They try and push it forward. Now, Lansfield, he grabs it, throws it behind the net. Oosterhuis goes over. He's in a battle there. Now it pops out to Shen. Shen walks into the middle of the ice. A tip shot there by Lansfield just rolls wide of the net. Luca's in there now, kicking it. Now it's pushed back out. Now Luca looks to come away with it. He goes high, a bouncing puck, and it goes through the crease and out the other side. Now Shen races over, cuts it off, and keeps it in. Lansfield chips it back into Luca. Luca now in the corner. Takes a look, finds Shen. Shen walks into the middle of the ice. A low shot there, tipped, bouncing puck. And we got a pile up in front of the net. The net came off its moorings. Everybody pushing and shoving. Referee says no worse for wear there. Face off with 4:08 remaining. Those guys are probably just down there changing Snapchat information. Looking for handles on Fortnite or something. Now it comes back to Neil Rodrigo. And then they find on the far side, Harris Peru sneaking in. Westover throws it on the far side. They push it back. And Harris Peru fires it down and deep behind the net. Now it comes back out. They try and come up the middle of the ice. They drive it in deep. Westover now pushes it around. Now they come back the other side. Try and get it back out. Donald tries to push it forward. Now it comes back through. Harris Peru grabs it. Now it's Neil Rodrigo. Now it's Neil Rodrigo. All by himself up there. Now it comes back the other side. We come back around. Cohen now. He's got a lane. Cohen comes back the other side. Now the Eagles try and push it back in. He's back around McDonald. He fires a quick one, and the goaltender gloves that one. And that's going to be a whistle with 2:38 remaining. Now the Eagles back in the defensive zone. And that one goes out of play. Had there not been a wall there, we think that could have ended up over on rink 3 or 4. But thankfully it lands back in the playing surface and all the way out, down for basically an icing too. Now Foster on the half wall. Foster takes a look. Now the Eagles try and elude a couple of Duffield players. Leung just about keeps that one in, but then he has to back up. Now we got a break here for the Eagles. They look for the centering pass, but he comes back and they're able to push it into the corner. Now they come back around the other side. St. John's in there. Sells comes in to help out. Steele. Sells comes away with it. Congram was also in there. And now it goes down the ice. That's Scoleri. Negates the ice, and now the Eagles try and push it up the middle of the ice. And they just get inside the blue line, but then they have to go back off. Now, St. John. He gets it up to Scoleri. Scoleri breaks in. And Scoleri with a big pad save by the goaltender, Foster. He backed him up. He was trying for it as well, but that goalie was on point that time. Now Sells, he drives in. And Sells goes low and in the back of the net with 1:07 remaining here to make it 6-0 Duffield. Another turnover there and a hard charge by Sells as he was able to elude a couple and he was able to pick the bottom of the net pretty quick. Now Luca on the draw and Oosterhuis fires it deep. A big battle in the corner, but then they come back out with it. And once again, a great play there. They almost had it. Now they find Oosterhuis on the point. He fires a low one in, looking for some redirection. Now Serrani grabs it. He throws it back into Luke on the corner. Far side for Shen. Shen back to Serrani. Back in. Now that's Oosterhuis. Oosterhuis in the corner. Tries to spin away. Now there's a couple Eagles in there. Comes back out, Shen. And now Oosterhuis. They're in a battle for sure down there. And they come away with it. And back in front of the net, and a huge save there once again. Lots of tomfoolery going on down there with 1.84 seconds remaining in the period. Referee probably just saying, you know what, boys? Might not be bad to let things settle down. Drop the puck and go into the third here. Sure, the coaches are telling them that, you know what? Tomorrow we got school, boys. So let's try and finish the last 15 minutes of this game. And get ready for some school. Another sold out crowd here tonight. Got this neutral site, everybody coming. I'm telling you, I felt like I had to park 4 miles away from the arena. Good thing it was plus temperatures with the pouring rain out there. I didn't want to be walking through snow. Now, Harris Peru. Westover throws it out and down the ice. Now they take a look, try and drive it out. Come back. Now the Eagles try and get away from them. And it stays in the zone. Tenio Rodrigo. He fires a high one just wide of the net. Now Cohen. Cohen and Tenio Rodrigo in the corner. Now they get it back out to Harris Peru. Harris Peru chips it up. Now Smoytek throws it back around the other side. Comes back into McDonald. And he takes a shot and a big glove save by the goaltender. So with 14 minutes remaining here in the third period, we'll have a face-off to the left of Humphrey. Foster and Scolari switch spots. Now Leung. Sells grabs it on the turnover, and he fires a high one, and there's that big glove of Humphrey once again. Hands it to Jennings. Jennings fires that one down on the ice with authority. And now the Eagles trying to get Foster's right there. He tries to push it, but then all of a sudden a turnover's created, but Leung fleet of foot. He races back, breaks that play up, and now they get it out, and here comes Sells. He's coming down the middle of the ice, takes a look, leaves it for Scolari, back into Foster. St. John pushes it into the corner. Now Sells back to St. John. He fires a hard one. That hits something and just lands there, and Scolari throws it back. So Scolari and Leung played catch. Now they leave it for Foster in the corner. He gets cut off by Steele, and they try and push it out, but then it comes back to Foster. He circles into the middle of the ice. A low shot there. Scolari creating confusion and traffic in front, and now they try and come away with it. St. John briefly holds it in, but the hard-charging Eagles get in over the blue line. just missed that shot on net. Now they just trying to get it out. St. John throws it up the boards. And the Eagles try to keep it going. And now they come away with it. Scoleri throws it into the corner. Luca now in behind the net. Luca chips it off the boards to himself. Cuts back. Gets held up there by the defense of the Eagles. A couple of Eagles come in. And it pops out. And Fiske grabs it. Can't get it past Luca. Oosterhuis is in there. Now Shin, he tries to chip it up, but it just gets out of the zone. And now it comes back. Serrani throws it up. Lansfield pushes it forward. Now Luca, he's on the half wall. He's got a man all over him. Ties him up on the boards. Oosterhuis comes in to help out. Now there's 5 of them in there. 10:50 remaining here in the third period. A board battle ensuing over there. Maybe we'll call that the board of directors. They were over there having a meeting. They win the drawback. They just get it past Harris Peru, but he spins quickly. Throws it back up the boards, just out of the reach of Tennille Rodrigo. Now they get it back up and back out. Now they come down. Westover holds them to the outside. Forces them to push it in deep. Harris Peru and Tennille Rodrigo. Now they try and come back out the other side. Tennille Rodrigo with a couple of guys on him. Now the Eagles taking a look. They try and center it. And it comes back out. Now they chip it out and down the ice. That's going to go for icing with 9:36 remaining. Face-off's going to be to the far side. Now it gets out and past the D. Foster skates into it. Foster with a quick shot and a big save by the goaltender there, but it comes right back to Foster. Now St. John holds it in. Foster with a couple of guys. They try and push it past Scoleri and they get it out. Now they come back out the other side. They try and set it up the middle of the ice. Sells tries to hold on to it. Just bounces off his stick. And now they come back out middle of the ice. Foster grabs it. Foster turns. An odd man rush ensuing here. And Scoleri able to deke them out. And he puts it in the back of the net with 8:32 remaining. Foster found Scoleri charging down the slot. And he did some fancy stick handling. And put it into the wide open net. Serrani. Now it comes back down in the far side. The Eagles set up behind the net, trying to go right wing side, chip it up. Just gets out of the zone. Now they try and come out again. Serrani holds it in there briefly. And Oosterhuis was doing everything he could to get back. He even launched himself in the air. But Laser Eye Larry, the linesman, he said that was offside. Now the Eagles try and come up the middle of the ice. They drive wide on the left wing side. Try and put it back into the middle of the ice. picked off there by Luca, and he knocks it off the stick and out to the center ice zone. Now they fire it in deep. And Athasiniadis, he pushes that one out. Back down the ice they come. Now they come back out to the other side and look to come up here. They hit the linesman in the skates, but then they get the zone. In the back of the net. Now they come back out. They look for the middle of the zone. That one just hits wide. McDonald's in the corner. A couple of guys and they come away with it. Shen pushes it back into the corner and now it comes back around the other side. Serrani now chips it out and the Eagles are right there. Now they come to the far side. They stop up looking for a play. Now it comes back out. Back around they come. That's Tenio Rodrigo. Tenio Rodrigo, he aims for the middle of the slot. Cohen grabs it. Cohen in a puck battle. Reverses course. And now Tenio Rodrigo goes into it. Tenio Rodrigo and McDonald go in there. Now it comes back around. Cohen tries to grab it, and then McDonald picks it up. McDonald throws it back to Westover. Westover with a shot. That one off the side of the net. And now the Eagles come away with it. Try and get it back out to Neil Rodrigo. Harris Peru goes back for it. Harris Peru chips it around the wall. Now McDonald throws it up. Cohen, he gets around a couple, and he just has it roll off his stick. A great attempt there by Cohen. Now the Eagles gain the zone and fire it in. Westover goes back for it. Westover pushes it around the boards. Foster skates into it. A huge pile up there. Now Westover, he pushes it out. The Eagles cut that one off and they just fire it back in deep. Foster gets it out to Scoleri. Scoleri now, he comes in, takes a look, and sells, and back of the net with 4:08 remaining in the period. Bit of a scramble draw. Leung grabs it just inside his blue line, fires it off the linesman's skate. Scoleri gives it back to Leung, says let's start over again. Now they find Foster on the far side. Foster hits Scoleri. He comes in, he gets taken down. Referee says play on. And now they come back the other side. Eagles try and cut into the middle of the ice. Broken up there by Foster and St. John and Sells. Now they try and create it once again. Looking for the wraparound. Now it comes out. Scoleri tries to chip it off the boards. They're all piled up over there. Now they get it around a few. Sells dumps it in deep and goes off for the change. Luca tries to hold his man off. And that's going to be an icing. With 2:30 remaining in the game, we'll have a face-off to the left of Humphrey. Now they lean in. Luca wins it back. Shen throws it in the corner to Oosterhuis. Oosterhuis pushes it forward. Tries to get things settled down. Now Luca, he grabs it. Throws it back to Shen. Shen throws it back into the corner. They take a look. Oosterhuis eludes his man. Takes a look. Heads up the whole way. Gets around him. Fires a hard shot. And Humphrey covers that one up. Lansfield. He's in there. He was surrounded. So he pushed his way out of the pile. Face off to the right of Humphrey. They win it back. Serrani chips it up to Oosterhuis. That was Cohen. Cohen fires a high shot there. And the glove of the goaltender covers it up once again. Handful of seconds remain in the game here. Tennille Rodrigo now. Tennille Rodrigo with a couple. And that's going to do it. We got 40 seconds remaining in the game, and Garrett calls a penalty. Not sure we'll get another drop. But if we do, it'll be right here in your living room, as it's right in front of us. We'll bring it in here as Waters. He wants his camera time today, so we're going to give him a little bit. As Huskin and McDonald. Referee says that's it. Jennings calls the game. He says, I've seen enough tonight. We're just going to let the clock run out. The buzzer will sound, and that's going to do it. Yes, it's a shutout for the Duffield Devils on this Sunday evening. I have to say that players executed the game plan that was drawn up by Coach Jacob, by Coach Ryan, and of course Coach Jack, as they now pick everything up behind the bench and they'll go meet the players in the dressing room after the game and talk that one through. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, wherever you're watching from. We appreciate the support. Good morning, good evening, good night. Elvis has left the building.